Starting to feel it already. Whew. Hi guys, Henry here, and I'm in Harley Street today. Behind me is Kinetic London, a specialist sports medicine and rehabilitation group, but it's also FIFA's Medical Centre of Excellence. Now, I've been lucky enough to be invited here today to try out their green room. Of course, you might know some of the players on in the Euros at the moment, but it's also available to the public. That's why I'm here today. Let's try it out.
We apply a medically led approach to rehabilitation, and we look after athletes of all levels, from professional to amateur to even sedentary people. Our methodology has been developed for the professional athlete, but it's available to everyone.
This is also FIFA's Medical Centre of Excellence.
Correct.
I assume you must get some big names through the door.
We get professional footballers. So we're known for football, but we actually look after injury from any sport.
And I assume you can't tell us who.
No, we need to ask permission.
Absolutely. But the reason why I'm here today is, you know, anyone can come here and use the facilities, use your expertise. Anyone can come here.
Absolutely anyone. As I said, the methodology is developed for athletes, but is available for everyone. In fact, they come here normally to resolve an issue that they have, because they care about doing the sports well, and both are equally well catered here.
Yeah, and what do people say when they're maybe training or using your expertise next to someone of note in their field? Obviously, they're an amateur, but they might be next to a Premier League footballer.
That's a very good question. So we work in an open environment, so everyone is followed individually, but they will work in a room like this with other patients. I call them everyday patients. They are liking it very much because they see that we apply the same care and the same methodology to their issue as we do to a professional player.
We are in the green room. What do you do in here? You know, anyone can use this space, but what do you do in here?
This is a very special room. This is unique to us, and it's our creation, and we developed it over the years. It's called green room only because we have we have the grass here. But what it is a ring for neuromuscular training. What we do here is a more refined work, and what we're trying to achieve by working in this room is to reduce the risk of injury or re-injury. And we do that by analyzing the quality of the movement of the athlete.
Before I try out the green room, as we've just heard about, what's the sort of the goal for you guys that, you know, I'm going to have a little taste of, but everyone can have a taste of as well? What's the goal?
Ultimately, the goal is to resolve the issue that a patient has, and have the patient leaving our facility able to reach a level of performance which is the same as before an injury or higher. And so the work that we do here is a step in that direction, and that's what we want to try today.
Fantastic. Well, I am going to try it. Let's go for it.
Let's go for it.
So it's time to put the green room to the test. Filippo from Kinetic was my physio for the session. He was going to identify any potential issues with my right hip, as I have a degenerative bone condition. So I got straight into it with some exercises using the stress band. If this was just the warm-up, I was in for a rough time.
Starting to feel it already.
So we try to understand on the right hip which better muscles that we can target to promote more control, more function, and it's at the end more pelvic stability. Okay, so you can take the band off.
Okay, thank God.
And after doing some solo leg squats, he identified the problem area straight away and wanted to train the muscle, so I'd stop compensating for my weaker right hip.
So there's a few things already I can see from this simple assessment. Okay, so generally in this room specifically we try to promote good movement quality, so we want to make sure that after an injury, doesn't matter the injury too much, you're not producing movements on the pitch that can expose you to a new injury. So I would like you to try to do between 12 and 15 reps, and the target muscle is the glutes here.
And my word, was this one tough. Filippo got it spot on. I was thankful though that the set was over. And immediately found it easier to do a proper solo leg squat, as you can see here, where I was sat back more. but now it was time to really use the weighted platform.
The platform is kind of like telling you how much force you're putting into the floor and the floor is giving you back. Okay, so let's say today we want to check the differences between your right and your left.
Yeah.
So we standardize the test. Test is like a simple one, and when you try to do just a very simple jump and then landing, okay?
Yeah.
We try to do with a little break in between, like, so by the end we have like a clear graph with some differences, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Perfect. Your body is preserving your right.
Yeah.
So, two things. I want you to try to jump in the same way, but when you're landing, I want you to try to go a bit softer.
Okay.
So we start to make the system working a bit better in the movement. So you will see the peak, it will be smaller. That's good.
And just look at those spikes compared to these ones. In 5 minutes, I was able to use the right leg equally to the left leg. There it was. Using the technology, Filippo identified my problem muscle, got me doing exercises to target it, engaged the neuromuscle connection, all improving my pelvic stability by the end of the session. And he had some wise words to finish, which really sum up Isokinetic.
To learn and understand their body a bit better. Doesn't matter the level, honestly, of sport. So developing awareness in the process is extremely important for prevention, because you get to a point that you feel certain things in your body that you never felt before.
Well, I survived just about, but I thought that was absolutely fantastic. They managed to recognise my past issues with my hip, and of course you can also experience this at Isokinetic London. It's not just for the elite level sports stars, and as you saw, they do a pretty good job, so why not try it out?